Hi everyone, welcome, namaste, welcome, welcome in. I'm happy that you found this video. If you're a returning watcher, hello. So nice of you to join. How are you feeling right now? Right now. You see, every day you wake up, we do our different routines, and we never take that initial, essential time to just ground ourselves and ask ourselves, how do I feel right now? And to allow everything that will arise in that moment without judgment. Sometimes we just want to rush and complete tasks that we have during that day. But if you think about it, after you completed one task, there will be another and another and another in an endless loop of tasks. Are you truly asking much of yourself by just simply asking, how do I feel? It's something so simple, it might feel silly because we might ask, how can that make a difference if I just wake up and ask how I feel? Well, first of all, it will make you feel more conscious. You will actually become more conscious every day because you tune into yourself and you're asking yourself the question, how am I feeling today? What is arising inside of me in this moment? Acknowledgement. Acknowledge those feelings. In this society, feelings are suppressed, as in it's difficult to deal with others' feelings and to understand them. We feel very detached from our emotions in society in general because of our mental mind and our programming that we all have in one way or another, whether it's from our parents, from the society that we grew up in, the people that was around us. All of this is playing a role into how our intellectual mind is functioning. And of course, the programming from everything that is an outside source, television, etc. And we never get to stand in our emotions to ask ourselves how we feel. Even if we speak of doctors and hospitals, if you break a leg or an arm, it's easy. The doctors know this will take 6 weeks and you will be in a cast and you can't do this and keep it still and then it will be over. So they maybe write you a paper so that you can be sick from work those days. But if a person enters the hospital and is actually feeling sick. And the doctors are looking after symptoms and they can't find it. And they say you're completely healthy. There is nothing wrong with you. But you still feel that something's not right. You see, here doctors can't help. This is the black and white. Doctors can help if something breaks or to operate, to remove something. It has to be physical to be seen. But what if it can't be seen? What if it's a trauma, generational trauma, from you receiving it when you were in your mother's womb? And you don't know about this. And you're going through life having different symptoms, not knowing what it really is. We all get cut off from our emotions. We are all disabled from our own emotions because we're taught in society that emotions, you don't show them, and if you do too much, it's too much. But there's nothing too much. What has become too much is the suppression of emotion that has caused us all to become sick in ways that the doctor cannot help anymore. And they know it. We can see it throughout the society. Nothing helps anymore. Because the truth is, you need to help yourself. You need to give yourself that love. You need to build that trust within yourself, figuring it out for yourself. And it's not your fault. We've all in society collectively given away our power, given away our power that an authority will take care of us, given away our power to the doctors that will heal us, because nobody wants that responsibility. It's easier if it's put on someone else. That is how we've been taught. And this is falling apart. It served its purpose and now it's falling apart. Because there is no, when something ends and its purpose is fulfilled, it falls apart. We can't do nothing to try to sustain it. Or perhaps act as if everything is all right and everything will go back to normal. Nothing was ever normal, and it will never go back. Because time will move. And also time is an illusion. But time will still move. A moment will not be the same moment. Because every new moment is new. Even the same thing that you're doing every day is a new moment. You don't brush your teeth. The activity is the same. But are your thoughts the same? Are your emotions the same? That day when you're standing there brushing your teeth, are they the same? They're not. When something is completely the same, that's stagnation. That's being stuck. But when we let that movement to flow freely, however it needs to be expressed in that moment, that's when we flow with the universe and everything flows to us correctly. But we have to take this responsibility. We gave away our power, it served a purpose, and now it's time to take our power back because we are power. It's really not taking something back. It's knowing that you are power and you chose to give yourself away. because you didn't know what you were at that time. But now you do. Now you see. So every day, stand in your power. Stand in your power by asking yourself, before anyone asks you, or even expect your partner, your children to understand, the community you live in, your neighbors, before anyone asks you, how do you feel? How is your day? Ask yourself that first. Let that be your priority, that every morning, as a self-love act, you will ask yourself, how do I feel right now? And just have that one moment, 1 minute, to just completely stand in that emotion. To feel that if you're tense, if you're aggravated, if you feel soft, if your dreams are disturbing you at the moment, whatever wants to arise in that moment, without judgment, you allow it to be there, however it wants to express itself. And it will also be easier when you ask someone else, or when someone else will ask you during the day, how are you feeling? Because we haven't reflected, it's an automatic response. Everything is good, but is it really? No. It's this being uncomfortable to answer the truth. And that's why it is just a programming. Because sometimes the person asking the question, how do you feel? How's your day? They really don't care. It's just the saying. And then you, on the other hand, haven't even reflected. And your answer might be good, because you haven't thought of it. You got caught off guard. You don't know. You didn't ask yourself. And that's how that scenario can play out, for an example. Another example, if you have asked yourself the question, how do I feel? And you're being authentic, because that is what this year is calling us to do, to be authentic to our true selves. So perhaps you ask yourself now, how do I feel? And you know, for an example, you walk through your day and you're met with someone because you're in the vibrational alignment, and the person is actually curious. How do you feel? How's your day? And you answer honestly. It started off very confusing and heavy, but actually now after lunch I feel pretty light. So it's a roller coaster day, and the person hears you. Okay. You feel empowered because you answered something that you reflected on. The other person that you are vibrationally matching was answering you in the same honest way. Do you see how this is two different examples? And we can't expect, if we didn't ask ourselves how we feel, how do we expect that our vibrational alignment to not having that reflection will bring in someone who will honestly ask you that, when you haven't honestly asked that yourself? You see? Here we perhaps want to blame the other. Why would they ask me a question that they really don't care about? Why don't you ask that question to yourself? You see? It's not about blaming. It's not about accusing anyone of anything. If this video is bringing something, as this channel, Dimensions of Love, it's bringing messages to empower you in a loving way. Sometimes soft, sometimes truthfully. But the higher you vibrate, the higher you stand in your truth. You can't even say a little lie because it will not resonate with you. You will feel as if you're abandoning yourself every time you won't be honest with your feelings. And the more you practice in this way, you will empower yourself. You will also impact everyone around you to admire the difference in you and automatically change them and acknowledge them to want to do something different. So it's a ripple effect. It's a beautiful effect when we show ourselves that self-love, when we set our boundaries to say, hey, I've checked in with myself, what I want today and what I don't want. And I will set my boundaries with everyone that I see without stepping over them. Again, there's different ways to set boundaries too. For an example, if you go in somewhere and say, I can't be here because it looks like this and these chairs are very uncomfortable, and you're entering and you're demanding others to be a certain way towards you. But if you reverse that in a different way and you set your boundaries in a way of saying, when I enter here, I expect it to be like this for me, and I like it when it is in this way. And I expect that you have the ability to provide this setting for me. And if you don't, that is okay. I will find another setting. You see, that gives a whole different vibration to it. That doesn't demand the other. You set your boundaries, but you don't demand it from the other, what they need to do. You just set your boundaries saying that, hey, this is how I like to be treated. And if I'm not getting that treatment, I'll go and find it somewhere else. So you're not demanding it from the other. But if you enter, for an example, and you are saying, you can't treat me like this, you need to treat me like, now you're demanding it from the other. It just shifts the vibration differently. So you see, sometimes everything that we go through is an act of self-love. Either you go for yourself or against yourself. Because true, the biggest enemy is yourself. We deprive everything from ourselves. And sometimes we believe it is an outside source. The ego serves its purpose, but the ego is not your friend. The ego wants you to be limited. And once that might have worked, being a power and giving it away, all that energy, now you are that power. And the ego will not like that. It needs to be a surrender. And that program will work against you because that's how it is designed to be. It is designed to be limited. It is designed to make you become forgetful so that you don't step into your power, because that is how you will learn. If someone gives something to you freely, you will never appreciate it because it was given to you. There's nothing special in that. But when someone hides something from you that you know is yours, and you want it, but you don't know what it is, but you know you want it, and you do anything to get it, but you don't know what it is, then it becomes interesting. Now you are the seeker. You're seeking. You're seeking something that you have been hidden from yourself. A lesson to learn. And when you've understand this, you'll find that it was never lost. It was never hidden. It was always present. But you need to see it and feel it and understand it for yourself by removing all the junk that stands in the way and has also served its purpose. All of those distractions serve the purpose. See, if they weren't distracting you, you wouldn't have become that curious, wanting to look. What are all of these, for an example, why are all these people in front of me and they're just trying to pull my attention? I want to see what's behind there. And every time you're trying to look, there are more people in front of you. Now there's a crowd around you, but you're still so curious. What is beyond this crowd? Why are they focused here? I want to see what's behind there. Until you just calmly pass through. It's a test from the universe. Do you still want to be distracted? Or are you ready to step into something new? You always make a choice. There is a plan for everyone. But the choices that we take through that journey makes the journey different. So make your journey amazing because you deserve it. You're loved. Give yourself the best. But first, you need to know that you're the best. Don't forget that you are the power. You don't have to seek it. You just need to claim it. Claim yourself back. And what everything is trying to do, keep yourself in your devotion of finding out your true essence, your true blessings, the truth of who you are. This is a journey that we are here together, exploring, expanding, sharing of love. There was never wrong with anything. Nothing is wrong. Everything is okay. Even though from the ego's perspective, it can feel horrible. But remember, from every moment, from every day, when you wake up and you ask yourself, how do I feel? Remember, from day to day, how different every day will be. The same way, every time you feel that fear arising and you're pondering about one situation, remember that this too shall pass. Everything passes, with its ups and its downs, and it's all fine. Just stay true to yourself. Be authentic, stay honest, and be yourself. Because the world needs you exactly the way that you are. And you might express yourself different from day to day, but that is your authentic self. And we honor you for doing that. We honor you for being here, and we thank you. Thank you. If you join us for this long into the video, we'd like to thank you. And also for those subscribers that are returning. We have in our previous video shown that we are going through a renovation, which is finally over. But the setting back here in the background is not really there yet. We have this dark energy remover, so we stay in positive vibes. But other than that, we hope that these messages are helpful, and we love to stay in touch with you. So comment, like, and subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you get our posts. We had a comment last year, our last comment here entering, talking about that they saw our videos in the algorithm. Algorithms are changing all the time. So I'm very happy that this is being shown to anyone that needs it. I know that higher powers were involved. So thank you, because this is a genuine message of love. And we love you all so much, and love yourself. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Sending love your way. Bye, everyone.